Hey folks, before I get to my last 10 games I want to play at BGG SpringCon, I wanted to do a video on this list I found. I had a video idea for last year, totally forgot about it, moved, saved my notes, found the notepad just now, and I was like, shut up, I still want to do this. So I'm going to do it right now, and then we'll get back to the BGG Spring video, the last one, next week. So here we go. These are top 10 games I wish were painted. I wish I had the talent to paint. I am terrible at painting. I went to a little miniature painting class, and I did the worst out of everyone, by far. I just can't, I just don't have the talent. I envy people who do. And so looking over my games, I came up with 10 games from my collection I'd like to have painted. Number 10 is Longshot. Great racing game. Those horses, I wish I could have it. I saw one where the numbers were painted on the horses and the jockeys were painted. I was like, that's much better than those stickers that keep trying to fall off. So I really wish I had that. It'd make the game a lot simpler and easier to move around than having to have those nasty little stickers on them. Number 9 is the Three Musketeers, the Queen's Pendant. This is a beautiful game, and I've seen painted minis online for this, and it makes the game look so dadgum good. So good. I didn't even know you could paint those type of minis on that type of plastic, but I guess you can paint anything. And ooh, if I had mine painted, I already love Andrew Dumas's Three Musketeers. This would make this game boom. And that's what painting minis do, right? They make every game just pop. Speaking of popping, this game pops without painted minis, but Grim Forest. This one with things painted, you paint those minis and it elevates an already beautiful game. It's one of the most beautiful games I have in my collection, hands down. The minis, the sculpts are great. The artwork's great. All it needs is a little bit of paint job on those minis, and then boom, you have a top shelf game, right? Number 7 is Spartacus. Spartacus is one of my favorite games of all time. A little bit low on this list. That's because it doesn't have that many minis though. But the minis it does have, I would love to see painted. Now, my arch nemesis at Tabletop Island, Bernardo, has a lot of good talent. He can paint his minis. He made a giant Colosseum. I hate him for it. And maybe he can make up not going to BGG SpringCon with me by giving me the Colosseum. He's not going to do it. Hate that guy. Number 6 is one of 3 or 4 dungeon crawls I have on here. Space Hulk. Warhammer minis, right? They were born to be painted. And I am terrible. I was so bad putting those together that they still kind of fall apart a little bit. I didn't use glue. I didn't know you had to use glue. I thought you could snap everything in. I swear, I hope I never have to deal with sprues again. But it'd be nice painted. Another one, I don't even know where I am. I've lost my count here. This is number 5, I think. Project Elite. Oh man, from CMON Games. Painting those minis to match how they look on the cards. The game is already good, but painted minis would, it doesn't matter. I think people would play this regardless, but because it's a great game and because painted minis would make it look better. I saw a Centipede one that someone painted. I was like, that's what I'm talking about, but that expansion still sucks. Number 4, and I thought I may want to put this higher later on, but Mice and Mystics. I'm going to add Tail Feathers here too, because the first time I saw Mice and Mystics, it was actually a painted edition, and I thought that's how it came. And I was like blown away. I was like, what is this game? I got to buy this game. And they said, okay, yeah, it doesn't come with painted minis though. So okay, he said, but you can buy mine. I was like, well, how much? And he told me a price that was 10 times the value of the game. Another reason I wish it could paint minis. It really elevates the price of a game. I mean, it should, right? Because it looks a lot better. Number 3 is another dungeon crawl here. Imperial Assault. I haven't done a review about this. Maybe I should. But Imperial Assault, Star Wars theme, of course, painted minis would make it look amazing. Everyone's painted these. And I've seen great paints on these, and I'm going to continue playing the game, even though I do like Descent better. But, any dungeon crawl, you want to have painted minis. Case in point with my number 2, which is Descent, which I thought was going to be number 1 until I looked at my board game shelf here. Descent, epic game, tons of minis. I got all the minis from 1st and 2nd edition. And, if I won the lottery, about half of it I would waste on paying someone to paint the minis. Because having all those minis painted, it would only take, 2 years? About as long to finish the game to paint those minis. But, talk about a nice looking game afterwards. My number 1, though. My number 1, when I looked across my shelf, I did a double take. I was like, whoa, that's number 1. Marvel United. Folks, whenever I see this game painted all the minis, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, that is how this game should be. And, you know, my wife said she'd like to take a crack at it. She thinks she can paint minis. I hear these are the easiest minis to paint. I just don't know if I want to take the risk. Anyway, though, those are my top 10 games I wish were painted. You know, hey, folks, let me know in the chat here. Are you a painter? If so, what games have you painted? And would you do mine for free? Probably not. All right, see you next time.